Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to build a simple arithmetic calculator inside JavaScript with the help of modules. So JavaScript do offer the support of ES6 modules, guys. So modules are nothing but a piece of software. You can say that you can divide your application into simple and multiple modules. So let's suppose you are building a very large application. You want to divide your full source code into smaller particles or modules. So JavaScript do offer this functionality, which is in the latest version of ES6 modules. They are called as. So if you use Node.js and Express, you have these statements, guys, which is module.exports. So basically this allows you to export all the methods that you define in another file. Let me just show you how it is done. So let's suppose you have created a script.js file here. This is my JavaScript file here. So let's suppose we will divide the application into smaller modules. So we will do that. So if you're watching it for the very first time, please hit that like button, subscribe the channel. So this makes it easier for our application to build out JavaScript modules. So now to add these modules, guys, it's very simple. Basically, you need to just add a special attribute which is called as type attribute. So this makes your application as module. So you need to write this module attribute, just make it. So now you can, let's suppose we need to build out a arithmetic calculator. So for doing this, guys, we will have a simple two input fields out there, and here you can enter the number, and let me give it an ID first. Then we will have the second number field. Let me give it an ID of second, and then we need to put a basically a choice to the user. So for choosing this, we can have a select field, and here we can give some options to the user. They can either put plus, they can also put minus here. So each option have a value attribute assigned to it. So value plus minus, and then we have multiplied operator also. So this is multiply operator, and then we have divided operator. So we have also the divided operator like this. So you can see that, guys, we have plus, minus, multiply and divide. These are the four operations we will try to perform. And then we will have a simple button, guys, to calculate the result. So we will also show a result. So if you just refresh it now, you have a simple application. Here you will type your first number, second number, then you will select the operation and then click the calculate result button. So after this, here we will be displaying the result. So we will be displaying the result here in the div section. So this is your DOM which is completed, guys. So here we are including the JavaScript for this. So first of all, guys, we can basically get all the references of the elements. So we can say first document.get element by ID, first dot value. So we will get the first number. In order to get the second number, we can simply say document.get element by ID second value. So again, we also need to get the reference of the button, guys. So document.get element by ID button. So basically you need to give it a ID to this button. So we will give it a ID of button, and also we will be giving a ID to this select field, which is operation. So we will calculate which operations the user has selected. So we will simply say here document get element by ID. We will pass the ID, which is operation. We will get the value of it like this. So now, guys, we can create this simple module which will calculate the result for us. So we will simply say calculator.js. So basically guys, this is the module we will have. Another JavaScript file will perform all the methods in this file, and we will export this file to include it. So basically what we will do is that we will define all the methods here for the calculator. So for doing this, first of all, we will do is that basically we will define the method which will actually add two numbers. So add number, we will pass the num1 to num2 as an argument. This is basically will let me define it as an arrow function. So add number, basically this will be an arrow function. It will receive number 1, number 2 as an argument. So basically here we just need to return the num1 plus num2. This is the first function. We are defining it inside our custom module. So if you want to ask any sort of question guys, you can also ask it. Let me define the second function, which is for subtracting it. So we will simply say subtract number, and again this will be an arrow function, num1 comma num2, and this time we need to return num1 minus num2. Then we will define our multiply number. So this one again we will receive two arguments. This time we need to return num1 multiplied by num2 like this. So we have three functions out there: add number, subtract number, and multiply number. Lastly, we also need to have the divide number. So divide number will be simply, it will be, we will be returning the result, which is num1 divided by num2 like this. So these are our four functions guys. So now we need to simply export this. So now for exporting this, we will simply say export, and this will be an object. We will pass all these four methods by a comma: add number, subtract number, multiply number, and divide number. That's it. So we are now exporting these four methods guys. As you can see that we are exporting this. Now to include this inside our file, we will simply say import, and from this file we will calculator file, and we will import these methods, which is add number, subtract number, divide number, and multiply number. So these are the four methods. We are importing it right here from this file here. You will see that, and basically we will bind a simple event handler to the button. So whenever we click this button, what should happen now? So when we click this button guys, we need to first of all check for the operation. So if operation is equal to plus, in that case we will call the this method, which is add number. We will pass the first and the second as an argument, and basically we will get the result. So let me just get the reference. We have declared an ID. You will see that in the index.html we have given this ID, which is result. So here we will be displaying the result. So let me just get the reference. So basically we will simply say uh, we will store it inside a variable, which is uh, let me say result, or let me say here r is equal to, so it will contain the result for us. Now we simply need to add this to the DOM. So we will need to add this to the DOM. Here we will simply say result dot, and inner HTML will be equal to the addition, the addition, the sum result of, we can use a backtick symbol guys like this, the sum result of the first number, which was first, and second number is the actual result that we have r like this. So now if you see that guys, if you refresh your application and try to run your application, if I provide 5 and 5, click calculate result, let me see what is the error is there. Oh, sorry, we need to write like this, guys. We also need to include the extension as well. So wherever we are importing this, we also need to put the extension also, calculate.js. So put the extension also like this here. So if you put the extension now, if you try 5 and 5, calculate result, you will see the sum result of is, let me see what is the error. Uh, Let me put it in the same line. It is result dot inner HTML. We have given the ID to it. If you see document.getElement by ID, if you closely look, we have given this ID to this div element, which is result. So here we are just manipulating the inner HTML. Let me change this to inner text, guys. Let me change this to inner text. If I now say 5 plus 5, uh, I think what is happening, guys, basically, uh, if you see, basically we need to convert these numbers into, first of all, integers. So we will need to parse int like this. We need to convert these to integers because these are an integers, sorry, string value. So we need to convert this into integer by using parse int. So this will convert it into integers. So if I just console log the result here, console log result. So what will happen now if I refresh it? It is saying to us not defined NaN. Why it is that? Let me see, guys. Uh, Basically we are getting the value. Sorry, I think we haven't given the, this is the ID we have given to the input field, which is first and second. So you can now see, oh sorry, this this needs to be coming in the here, guys. Sorry, that was the problem. So whenever we click this button like this, we need to paste this code right here like this. So now this will happen, guys. So we are passing the first and the second number, and if you refresh it now, 5 5. So now you can see the sum result of 5 and 5 numbers is 10. If I change this to 50, this will be 55. So we can see that, guys, we have defined these methods in a separate JavaScript file. So you can see this method is called here, which is add number. It is adding these two numbers which is passed here, and it's returning simply the sum here like this. So we are calling this function from this different file, different JavaScript file. We are including this using the import statement, and we are exporting this using the export statement. So this is a very advantage of using JavaScript modules, guys, because inside your file you can see that we have binded or add event listener onto the button here. So we are selecting the operation which is plus operation. So if we have selected the plus operation, then this addition will take place. You will pass these two numbers as the argument to this function. You will see the first and the second. We are passing it. We are calling this method. And simply, guys, we need to do this for the rest of the as well. So if operation is equal to minus, in that case we will simply again, this time we will call subtract number, and we will pass the, we will convert this to the integer, parse int second. So this will have the result to us, and again we will say result dot inner text will be equal to, so we can simply paste it here. This time this will be subtraction here, not addition. So this sub, so we can simply say result is, we can simply say result is like this. Result is like this. So we can simply say result is that. So you can see that, guys, if I now refresh it, what will happen? So if I provide here 5 5, so result is 10, plus is selected. If I select minus, uh, calculate result is again 10, because sorry, here we are calling, you can see that subtract number we are calling it. I think this needs to be triple equal to. triple equal to, let me say, if I say 5 5, again result comes out to be 10. Why it is the case? Let me see. uh, oh sorry, again we need to copy paste it, guys. That was a problem, and you can now see. Just put the operation value like this, document.getElementById value. So this is, you can see it's a select field out there, and we have provided the value plus minus multiply divide equal to. So if I once again refresh it now, 5 5 calculate minus, so result is 0 like this. So if I select here plus, result is 10. So I need to repeat the same thing for the multiplied operation as well, guys. So I can simply copy paste it here for the multiplied and divide. So if it is equal to multiplied by like this and divide, I need to call the multiply method, guys, which we have in the module that we defined. You can see multiply number. It will take these two numbers, it will return the multiplication result of it. And then we have the divide function also. If you see the last function, which is divide function, we will call this function now divide number like this. So if you now see, 10 divided by 2 comes out to be, if I click divide, result is 5. So 2 5 are 10. And if I select multiplied, it comes out to be 20. Result is 20. You can now see all these methods that we defined inside our module, guys. We are calling these methods. Basically, we're exporting these, and inside we are including these file using the import statement. This is not regular JavaScript. This is compiled using to normal JavaScript using the compiler in the browser. As you can see, it's a module, a JavaScript module it is. And with the help of this, guys, you can able to write modular JavaScript code. You can divide your application into smaller chunks and basically use these modules. So it's a very good application. Definitely try it. If you have any sort of question, you can ask in the comment section, and please hit that like button, guys. You are not liking the content, only 5 likes are there. Please increase the like number to 10 likes. You can now see this is the module approach of using JavaScript. Many people doesn't like it, but I really like it because I need to divide the application into smaller chunks so that I can write code in multiple files. And you can just use these import statement to import the code from other files, other JavaScript file. So let's suppose you are building a social media website. You have different sections of code present in different sections. So it is not recommended to write all the code in a single file, especially in JavaScript. The code will look messier, and you will be it will be very hard to manage your code if you are working in a team. So especially it's a very good practice that you divide your code into multiple files so that you can import this using import and export statements. So this is your JavaScript modules, guys. I decided to build out a complete application to show you the practical example of using JavaScript modules. It is supported in ES6 modules. Definitely use this concept to further uh, gain your JavaScript knowledge. If you have any sort of doubt, you can ask in the comment section. This is my first web. Any tips? Use evaluation. Please hit that like button, guys. Subscribe the channel as well. If you're watching it for the very first time, I'm seeing that people are not liking the content. So if you have any sort of question, guys, you can ask in the comment section related to this application. If you are watching it for the very first time, please hit that like button. And that's it. I think no more questions are there, so I can simply now, I will be seeing you in the next tutorial, guys. Until then, from my side, thank you very much for watching this.